Hello, this is Pakenya Saraj, your author of Mathematics Made Simple for All, and a tutor on reply and superproof. I want to take you through a discussion of algebra, and we're going to look at Algebra 1 and Algebra 2. I'll take you through my screen share. In this lesson, we're discussing mainly what algebra is. We look at the ideas about collecting like terms, idea about writing word statements into algebraic expressions, and then I can take you also through some of the simplifications, some of the solving equations, substitutions, and then I'll take you through factorization. What we mean by algebra? Algebra is the combination of signs, symbols, numbers, and letters. Basically, I can say the use of letters and mathematical operations. If we build algebra from word statements, I can say, I think of a number, add 7 to it, the result is multiplied by 2. How do you write that? We're talking about a number, say let the number be n. If you add 7 to it, it will be n plus 7, as you see in this illustration. Then the result is multiplied by 2, which means n plus 7 brackets times 2 is equal to n brackets n plus 7. That's how you can write it. If you look at another example, if somebody says the cost of 11 mangoes is X, subtract X shillings from the cost of mangoes, the result is 10 shillings. How do you write that? We say the cost of 11 mangoes be X. So which means one mango will cost X over 11. That means X over 11 minus 4 is equal to 10. So you can do more interpretations as we see. My uncle has 70 oranges. If he sold some at the market, how many did he remain with? So in your solution, that means if you select the oranges, let him sell Y oranges, then you say the answer will be 70 minus Y. A sister is 3 years older than the brother. 5 years older than John. Write down an algebraic expression for the sister's age in terms of the brother. Which means you can say let the sister's age be X, let the brother's age be Y. So if you let John's age be Z, then it means X can be Y plus 3, Y can be X minus 3, and then X can also be Z plus 5. So if you combine all these, if you say Z equal to X minus 5, you combine all these, it means Y plus 3 is equal to Z plus 5. So if you put under one symbol, it means the sister's age in terms of the brother's age is Y plus 3. That's how you can do it. You can try a quiz. My father has 20 cows. He buys X more at the market. Write an algebraic expression. How can you write that? Or if I think of a number, divide it by 7. This quotient is 5. Write down an algebraic expression for this. The product of ages of 2 sisters is 40. One of the sisters is 6 years older. Write down an algebraic expression for that. The sum of 2 figures is 80. One of the figures is 5 times bigger than the other. Write down an algebraic expression for this. So in these questions, they want you to derive meanings of product, sum, difference, quotient, to get the meanings of those. That is basically what in these questions. You can try more questions. The difference between 2 numbers is 9. The smaller of the numbers is 4. Write down an expression for this. The average of 4 numbers is 25. The median of the number is 23. And the largest number is 1.5 times the second largest. The difference between the largest and the smallest is 32. How can write an expression for this? Write an expression for the statement and solve it, assuming somebody is telling you to do that. So I think so. Question for that one. The father is 6 times older than the son. In 3 years' time, the father will be 4 times older than the son. Write an expression for father's age and solve it. The man is now 4 times as old as his son. 8 years ago, the product of their ages was 160. Write an expression for this. So you may not solve for now, as you're going to look at how we do solve those. Then that will help us in the question. Collecting like terms. Collecting like terms means you put all the alike together. Somebody say simplify 6 P2 plus 5 P2. It means P2s are now common. So have 6 plus 5 bracket P2. And the answer should be now 11 P2. If somebody says in another question here, Roman 2, 3a minus open bracket 16y minus 8a, then minus y. How can you simplify that? But to work on this, you need to use what we call opening brackets. And to open the brackets, you need to use what we call the distributive property, as you're going to see in the illustrations that are going to come. So in order to work out these ones, some you need to use the distributive property as you open brackets. Let us look at some of the solutions of those. We have said in the Roman 1 that you need to consider P2 being common, and then you get 11 P2. Since P2 is constant, let P2, for example, be x. Therefore, 6x plus 5x is 11x, but x is P2, which is 11 P2. Roman 2, 3a minus 6, open bracket 16y minus 8y, close brackets minus y. So if you use the distributive property, it means that the minus should go in the brackets to give you minus 16y plus 8a. Now, since you have 3a, and now the minus has gone in the brackets, means 3a minus 16y plus 8a minus y. If you collect like terms, the a's being put together, 3a plus 8m minus 16y minus y, then it means you're going to get minus 16y minus y, which gives you 11, minus 17y. So you've combined 16y and y, minus 16y minus y gives you 17y. And then you have 3a plus 8a also giving you 11a. So which means your answer should be, your answer here should be, say, 11a, 11a minus 17y, like that. So you can do more, as you see. 6 minus, in brackets 3, minus open brackets 5 minus 7d. So you do the same thing, distribute the 3 in the brackets, and you get 18 minus 3g, and then you can put the other bracket also open. The minus goes in that bracket, get minus 5 plus 7g. Then the whole thing becomes 13 plus 4g. So in the next one, you can use body mass. That means put the plus first, because body mass says brackets of division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. So start with addition and with subtraction. And the answer should be 21n, sorry. We can move on and look at the other solutions. Do the same thing, collect like terms, then use body mass. Get your answers as this. So for this one, open the brackets a minus, open bracket, I mean a minus, open brackets a plus c. That means minus should go in the brackets, and then get your answer. Sorry, this one was supposed to be a b. Yes, like that. So when you open the brackets, get a minus b minus c. Get your answers like that. So you can try a quiz. Simplify the following algebraic expressions. That means you're going to apply your ideas of opening brackets and then collect like terms. So you pause the video, try those ones and see if you can get the answers using our ideas. You can try more questions here as given in that quiz. Then the substitution. How do you substitute? Substitution means you're replacing a letter with a digit, or you are trying to replace a digit with another digit, for example. If you're given A is equal to 3, B is equal to 6, and C is equal to -1, they tell us evaluate SC square minus B, which means A has become a 3, then -4, in brackets, square minus 6. And then when you simplify this, you get your answer as 48 minus, which is 42. Then you're given X is equal to -4, Y is equal to -3. Work out 100 Y minus XY. You just replace the Y's with -3 and the X with the -4. You can get your answer as that. Expression. You can try more questions here and their answers. You're given M is equal to -2, K is equal to 6, and F is equal to 5. Find F cubed, M squared minus KF. So you just substitute for those ones, as we have said. Then another question, you're given that W x power 4 minus CM power T, evaluate the expression. So just substitute, and you have to get these answers. So just try to pause the video and see whether you're getting the same answers as the ones we have got here. You can try more quiz of the substitution. Given X is equal to ABC plus 4 over Y, find the value of X when A is equal to 2, B is equal to -1, Y, C is equal to -3, and Y is equal to 4. You can try also this. Y is equal to WA over Z square minus A. Find A when Z is equal to 6, W is equal to 6, Z is equal to 4, and Y is equal to 2. Given M is equal to 3N square over 5 plus, I mean S plus 4. It's S plus 4. When M is 7.12 and you have also S equal to that. How can you solve that? You're given dt minus W square over H minus TW. Evaluate the expression in M. W is equal to -2, B is equal to 3, T is equal to I think the value here is supposed to be 4, and then H is equal to -6. S is equal to UT plus a half AT square. Find U when T is equal to 2, A is equal to 1, and S is equal to 9. Then we look at linear equations. An equation is any mathematical statement involving equal sign. If one side is not equal to another, we can call it an inequality. It can be either less than or greater than. You can use these symbols, less than and greater as given there. Solve an equation, it means, for example here, if you look at A being greater than B, it means this side is heavier, that's why it's moving down. The other one is lighter, it's going up. So it's not an equation. An equation involves an equal sign. So that's why I'm saying A is greater than B, so it's not an equation. If you're solving the equations, you need to make sure there's some unknown, for example, and you want to solve that unknown. You look at what signs are involved, and we use these rules for solving those equations. The first rule, if it's addition, then you can look for removing that addition by getting the opposite sign. That means subtracting both sides. Assuming somebody tells to solve X plus Y is equal to 9. Subtract 5 both sides. That means you're removing the 5, which is a plus, by subtracting, and you end up getting a 4. If you say 11 plus Y is equal to 13, to get the value of Y, that means you subtract 11 both sides. So the sign that is involved is addition, so get the opposite, which means the opposite is going to be subtracting both sides. Rule 2, if it is subtraction, then you have to add both sides in order to get the unknown. So if you have W minus 6 is equal to 2, that means you add 6 both sides and get the value of W as 8. Minus 3 plus X is equal to 8. To get X, you add 3 both sides and get the value as x is equal to 11. And rule 3, if it is the multiplication, that means you're going to get the opposite of multiplication, which means it is going to be division. Somebody says 5y is equal to 30. In order to get to y, you have to divide 5 both sides. That means it's the opposite. And that is how you get the answer. If it is 3x is equal to 12, that means you divide 3 both sides and you get the answer. I think here there is some error that we made here. It's supposed to be 3x is equal to 12. And then you can solve that by dividing by 3 both sides. That's how you do it. Go to 4. If it is a division, for example, m over 7 is equal to 3. That means you multiply to counterbalance the division. You multiply both sides. That means multiply by 7 both sides. You get your answer as m is equal to 21. So that is how you deal with that. If they are using powers in rule 5, w power 4 is equal to 81. That means you're going to get the fourth root of w both sides. W power 4, the fourth root, that means the power 4 will be cancelled out. The x power 5 is equal to 32. That means you get the fifth root on both sides, and then you get the answer as is illustrated here by factorizing here 81, here factorizing 32. 2 power 5 is equal to 32. Here 3 power 4 is equal to 81. So that's how you're going to deal with such expressions. So you can try a quiz here on solving equations. We have x plus 1 is equal to x plus 1 over x plus 3 is equal to 1 over 2. So for x, 8x minus 5 in bracket x minus 1 is equal to 20. You can solve that. So for y, 1 over 4 in bracket y minus 3 bracket minus 2 over 3 bracket 2 minus 3y is equal to 2. So these are algebraic equations, and you can solve them. Algebraic fractions, you can solve them by also bringing in the idea of LCM, that you can multiply the LCM both sides. More questions here. Solve 2y out of 5 minus 3y minus 14 out of 4 is equal to 0. Solve z, out of z minus 1 out of 3 is equal to 5 over 6. So you have to use your ideas of LCM, got from fractions that we discussed in module 1. Solve the equation here, get the LCM, multiply on all terms, and then you can get the solution using our rules. X squared minus 12 is equal to 4. Solve for x. That means you have to use your rules, combining two rules. Here there is power and also combining the rule of subtraction. There are more questions you could try here. Solve x minus 3 over 5 is equal to 4 minus x minus 2 over 2. Solve the equation x out of x plus 8 is equal to 3 over 5. 11, I think of a number, add 4 to it, divide the result by 3 to get the 6. Find the number. Solve the equation 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 2. Solve 7, open brackets, 2m minus 3 is equal to 5. So you can solve all those in the idea. And then factorization. Factorization is when they tell you a factor. When they say factorize, that means they want you to get the factors. Remember, a factor is a divisor of a number, as said in module 1. So the factors of two numbers are the numbers that you cannot try to get that number, or they are the divisors. You can use any of that meaning. Same applies to algebraic expression. We find the common divisor. For example, when they said factors of 6, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 6. So which means 1 times 6 or 2 times 3 can give you 6. What are the factors of 2x minus 6? That means you factorize. And here the factors are going to be 2 and x minus 3, because 2 multiplied into x minus 3 will give you 2x minus 6. Factorize x plus ay. Remember, in 2x minus 6, you had the common divisor was 2, and you remain with the 2 into x minus 3. Here, what is the common divisor of the x plus ay? So the divisor here is a, because a can go into x plus y. Let's say factorize p2 plus p plus 1 plus 2. That means you could first collect like terms, say p plus p2 plus 1 plus 2, which means p plus p2 and 1 plus 2. There you're getting p common, which means p common into 1 plus 2 and 1 common into 1 plus 2. So 1 plus 2 is common and p plus 1 is common. Let's say factorize that and get p plus 1 and plus 2. Without using a calculator, evaluate 14.0 times 25.7 minus 14.0 times 5.7, which means 14.0 is common. You say 14.0 into 25.7 minus 5.7, you get your answer as 14.0 times 20, which gives you 28. So that's how you can do a factorization. So try this quiz, factorize 54 minus 81a, factorize KBC minus BCD, factorize and evaluate 86 times 6.7 minus 56 minus times 6.7, factorize 4 times 2y plus 8x minus 12xz. So you try this, then you can always send me a comment in the comments below, then I can help you throughout. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe. We can meet in another video and look at the ideas of Algebra 2. So let us, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to get more.